I am asked to paint a watercolor of a house in Amsterdam. The client told me this was the house where he and his children grew up before he moved to another town. So on a sunny day I took a first look and I loved it. The rhythm of the architecture and the height are typical for Amsterdam. This part of town is not known by tourists and it's still a calm season, so I took a walk while I was waiting for the light to change. I needed the sun just around the corner of the walls for long shadows. Spring is in the air and I am enjoying the first signs of a new season. Alright, 2 sketches. I just send the pictures to the client. I like this one, it's the first one. It's a standing format with a shadow playing on the wall. And in the wall you have this typical style of this kind of architecture. The whole part of this town is like this. This is typical for Amsterdam as well. You see those better in the second one. Oh, that's upside down. So this is backlight, my favorite light. It's a rough sketch, but I like the composition and you already see what you get. You get those silhouettes with the kind of crispy contours around. When I'm going to work out this one, this color will be a warm, nice color with green and orange. So I will have a call with this client and then perhaps one of the 2 will be his favorite, or I have to make another one. That's possible too. But for me, normally this is the way to paint a street like this. But I really don't mind to choose this one. This is nice with the shadow in the foreground and some light in the other street. Someone on YouTube asked me last week what drives me to paint every day. I like those questions, so I thought about it this morning while I was cycling to the station. And I think there is a lot to say about that. First of all, of course, it has become my job. So for me it feels natural to get up early, go to the studio, which is not at home. So it takes quite a while to get here. And then arriving here I see what I have to do. And then I get on with making new things that will surprise me every day. And then there is a certain important difference between looking and seeing. Without going too deep, well, why not? But that's not what I want to do. But there is a difference between those two, because from the moment that I start painting reality, painting what really catches me outside, I'm not only looking, but I'm seeing better as well. So for example, in the periods in the past when I was not able to make paintings for a few weeks, I didn't see what I was looking at. So in that way it's not only a job, but perhaps it's a certain way of life as well, which is a natural thing too. And then there is that focus. From the moment I pick up a brush, and I think everyone who is creating knows what I'm talking about, but from the moment you pick up a brush, there is a very, very strong focus. For me, it's the strongest focus I know. And although this is a natural process, for me it does not mean that it needs your attention as well. So it asks a lot of energy. So that's the reason why I want to allow myself sometimes to take a day off. That's the only reason, because I really like what I'm doing, but I think the attention every day, that's perhaps the only hard thing. And there are different ways of focus. Spring is just around the corner now, and it makes me think about working outside. I enjoy working in town somewhere with a small piece of paper and brushes and watercolor, painting en plein air. The comfort and the quietness I find here in the studio. But time is also a very strong fact. So it keeps me working only 1 or 2 hours outside on a cityscape, and then it must be finished. And that's a different focus. It feels a bit like having holiday and you choose to do campsite instead of staying in a nice hotel room. Both are good, but it's totally different. It's a different way of it's a different way of focus. The creativity that is asked from you outside is really in the simple things and in speed. I think most of all, simplicity. There is no time to think about solutions. You are the solution outside. To complete the answer, painting as a job means independence. And independence means working from the purest state of mind. No one tells you to do something while you know it won't work. I'm not saying I only do the right things. I make mistakes, but that's part of the learning process. It is a fine-tuning on something that catches you every day. And it brings a good feeling to see that the work connects you with people you didn't know about before. I have painted this view several times and I like the statue. It looks like we are in Paris. Who came upon the idea to put a statue of a horse on a plinth? The workplace of our king is in front of the statue. And behind this workplace, that's where my studio is. See you next week.